rotate to how do I flip this around? Okay, okay. I have high doubts anybody's gonna show up. I literally have 200 subscribers, nobody's gonna care. Regardless, I'm gonna just putter around. Yes, I could have had a couple of projects I'd film, but I never did. So, why telling me to rotate device? I did not want to. Whatever. Why don't I have to do it that way? Okay, fine. I got some there. Tiny view. That ain't gonna work. Cool. I'm just gonna end up blocking it, aren't I? Anywho, I'm talking to nothing. I probably will end up talking to nothing. And so I'm like, oh look, I posted this a week ago and it is 16 views. Woo! And there's no stuff to do enough quality. Understand. Well, have a good day. Got nothing to say. I don't need to be talking if nobody else shows up. I won't be looking at the chat anyway because literally nobody's going to talk and nobody's going to show up. Oh, your editing skills aren't good enough. Cool. I don't plan on making this a career to the point where I have to do actual editing. I don't have time for that. Nobody has, per usual. Anywho, I had to get my welding jacket. I don't even need this. Yes, I'm doing this because I want to. Because I haven't done any actual good, consistent welding practice for a while because I've been very busy at work and I come in when I'm very tired. I finally get to do a little bit of something, you know. Do I need to have it flipped the other way? No, it doesn't matter. This is why it takes so long. Oh, 2 minutes and 45 seconds in, you haven't even done anything. Exactly, I haven't done anything. What about it? 120, 119, do about 119-ish amps. Just practice stuff. 11-18. 70-18, yeah. It's odd because, in fact, I literally don't talk to myself at all when I'm by myself. Only when I think that there's something there and you're watching me. And there literally won't be, so. Alright, that's alright. Doesn't that look great? What a perfect start. The rod is already smothering in its own slag. I want to sit there. Excuse me, 7018, what the heck are you doing? Like the entire puddle is surrounded by slag. Even when I'm dragging, I don't have the clean puddle in the front and the slag in the back. What's going on here? About time. Oh, you did 1B. Then you gotta do a lot more than that. You're going to give me substantial practice. I know. There's nobody here, that's okay. You didn't miss anything. I think the only people who actually are successful doing live streams are people who are on Twitch. Ooh, what's Twitch? I guess it's a platform. Anywho. No, it's not relevant. I need to practice more, a lot more. The last thing anybody wants to do is get out of practice. Obviously. Turn the fan on, don't suffocate. I got a couple pieces of graphite. I dug out some old zinc batteries. I was gonna break when I stick on the end, but it was tight fit. Big piece of graphite. This can't possibly go wrong. Just kidding, probably will. Oh, graphite's on fire. Unless it's just, well, it is pretty waterlogged, so it could be something inside of it. I start inhaling centrifugal fumes. Good rest. honestly, something inside of it. I don't think that's a graphite fire. I could be wrong. Got a really hot little puddle going there. I don't even know if I really want to know what that was. I'm gonna redneck TIG welding with this. Do I have any pieces of metal right now? It only seems to want to keep the arc for so long. It's stinky. Ugh. Yeah, it's like what, a form primitive light bulb. I think it's sending me a message, it doesn't let me set the fire. That's why we have the copper clad carbon electrodes. I think they're more specifically designed for this. How well can I join this? Let's be real. This is fucking. Very disgusting chunk of metal. I'm talking to stick welding. Basically, this is more or less what they did before they had stick welding. They would use carbon electrodes, kind of like this, and they would also, they would add filler wire.
This is good. That'd be good.
Too thin. That's my video. I did feel for redneck stick welding. Basically what this is. My stinger, isn't it? Hey, but it tacked. I got it tacked. A big chunk of graphite, superheated, and then stick an old welding rod with flux busted off up against the garden hoe and tacked it. More for novelty than anything else, I suppose. Can we get a puddle? I've already done a full video on this, so. That's a light bulb. Woo! Looks like a very flat 6010 with the bead spaced way too far out, but it's actually got a nice little puddle going there. Probably stick welding, what else can you call it? Quite interesting. So we don't die from the fumes or something, but as long as that's out of the question, we should be okay. Oh, that's not bad at all. That actually looks good. For what it's worth, that is. See that, So I guess, anyway, that bead right there, it's not real pretty, but that was just a straight up chunk of graphite, basically autogenous welding to steel. This is why I use wide mode on the camera. With mobile streaming, you must rotate your device. I think that looks pretty cool. Why don't I just get back to 7018 welding, because nobody's going to be welding with graphite in the field. I like the idea though. When keeping out a whole box of those, all pieces of graphite. See, that was welded on there with graphite. Non-consumable electrode. It's like the great-grandfather of tungsten. Obviously it's not tungsten, but it has similar properties of very minimal consumption of said electrode at very high heat. Anywho, back to the scrap. Pull that off. I thought I was near the top of the plate. I'm not even close. They're probably getting the vertical up crash. Vertical up is one where I kind of struck. Right, oh, I don't want stuff on the dark mode. Night Art. Night Art. It's scattering away. That was a good vertical up, too. Oh, well, nobody cares. They're going to see it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Could be better. But at least I know I'm not incompetent. That's the whole premise of this. To keep from absorbing said incompetence. While we practice, learn who the heck is in chat. Absolutely nobody. That's okay. Yeah, you don't get a good camera angle. That's okay, I guess. I'm just practicing stuff because I don't want to be out of practice. Which is the main point of why you need to do this. If you choose to rewind, you will see messing around with graphite rods. Let's go back to that too, or whatever. Sometimes, this is my first time actually doing this. Can you see that? Oh, no. I need to change out to new rod anyway. Whenever your flux starts to break off the rod, even if you don't see these micro cracks and it fractures and work up until you get to the point where it's melting and nobody can stay there. That must have been really boring. Why am I not surprised? I don't know what to do with this thing. Not this. Ones are shining directly at me. That one and that one. Okay. The camera lens is already cracked and covered in spatter, so it's probably got a lot of glare on it. Better. Like that. In my opinion,
The more passes you make, the easier it gets. The hardest passes are on the beginning. The root pass and the pass that's after that. Once you get going, I think it's a lot easier.
That's a bummer. I don't know how to use the chat. Oh, chat. Yeah, I didn't think there was anybody here. My leaves are too close together. I gotta space it out. I'm not jumping up high enough to one step to the next bit.
What the struggling people park on? What the heck?
Sorry. It's very frustrating in the sunshine. Because it should not be doing that. I should be able to keep a stable arc. Why does it keep doing that? Is that like a welder? Or is it the welder, not welding machine? It's the person using the welder. Better. Of course I said it every time, but that's the whole point. Get better. Practice, get better. That's going to weld the whole thing to it. Do you have any height? Yeah, I'm certified. That's great. Well, if you don't practice, it's not going to do any good. Now, listen. Yep, I'm a certified shoulder. Hey! Anywho, put it to good use. Don't just sit on it. Alright, Jim, you want to renew your cert if you don't do it now? Oh, you don't want to not do it.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
That's mildly frustrating. Emmy! 120 amps is way too much for the 6 to 10. That's okay, we'll just calculate it.
That's strange. Stinks.
Don't know what that's made out of, so I can guarantee you 8-inch diameter rod on this flying right through that, so we're going to go to 330 seconds. Possible to see. Oh, that smells bad. Enough of that. I can do horizontal. Every 30 seconds, about 90-ish amps. Burning pretty good. What's that? Point. This is practice. I should probably use an overhead. You know what? Whenever you're welding on paint, doing overhead in a confined space is very difficult to achieve good results sometimes. So, how do you go about alleviating this factor? Right? Starting with
And you got to do it again.
That's nice. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again, because that's what practice is. Get better at it. It's a little shaky, but it'll do if I threw the whole stinger off the chair. That's cute. I got a roller on it. Burn one rod in, grab another one, and continue. Yeah, you got the cuff out. That means you're going to turn the cuff up the slide. You're going to get another nice 3rd degree burn on the arm again. I think you would have learned the lesson the first time, huh? Not likely. If you call it learning a lesson, it's probably not going to be the last time I do it either. The install tomorrow at work, I probably won't be going. Mainly because they probably don't need me up there. Oh, the big black. If you have any questions or need help, I'll be more than happy to answer questions or demonstrate stuff. Just because a lot of times arbitrary, not appealing to the larger audience. Don't have things that I'm at least somewhat knowledgeable about that I can expound further upon. That was a good bead, but after rig roller, you can't say, oh, that's a good bead. I got hundreds and hundreds of beads every day. All that nothing work took all the chili out of welding for me, but I like it. So. You know what? We jumped that bridge and we'll come through it, so. Do the ambidextrous both hands what I need to do. Drag left, drag right to my left, drag right to my left. A bit of a stub there, so. Do some over at the left. Try a little something, practice more on it. Come back out the next game, practice more on it, and more of it. Yeah, it might be a pain, but that's how you get better. Wasn't a bad vertical at all. That actually looks good. Okay, for me that's good because sometimes it's tough. Yeah, that's one of my issues. I was kept trying to do literal stringers, like dragging reverse uphill. Just put a little bit of motion in side to side when you're doing your base stringer pass. Makes a world of difference. See, look at that. That's not bad at all. Actually looks good. And here I am trying to do literal stringers. Do it again. Do it once, do it again. Do it once, do it again. Bring something a welding teacher said, looks good. Got a little spot there, do it again. Small little one, do it again. That's how you learn, that's how you do it. I already said that. You know what? I've got a bit of NCD, so I'm going to repeat stuff. So, hey. What is it? I didn't think anybody was, but... Doing downhill stringers. Doing downhill stringers is difficult. Well, why did I say difficult? It's not difficult. It's not for me anyway. Anywho, the point is, they're very thin. They don't have a lot of penetration, and the main reason people don't like downhill stringers, and for good reason, because porosity. It's slag increase. I've actually gotten really good at downhill triggers. It's like that cursed ability that my back pocket doesn't really need to pull it out and use it. I can make it look real pretty. That's a 718 downhill. So that's weight right there. 330 seconds, 90 amps. Looks good to me. Now, obviously, when you're doing structural, you're going to get fired off the job site to catch you doing that. You've got to follow your WPS, and if you don't, then you're going to get in trouble. When you left your own devices and you're in a pinch sometimes to do what you got to do. Not even in the frame. Yes, it is. Cool. Okay.
I'll get down here and do like a 60-10. With it. Keep the puddle tight, and keep the arc tight, and keep the head of the puddle.
The slime's going to flow out around your puddle. Keep working with it, keep moving with it. It's a very thin puddle, not horizontally, side to side, but depth-wise, it lacks a lot of penetration. But again, it looks remarkably good. Something I keep forgetting when I'm on job site sometimes, is sometimes looks on everything. Try to make it as pretty as possible. But sometimes it's for functionality. Sometimes it looks ugly and I'm not happy with it. And they're like, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's done overkill already. I get the 6-10. That's something like, I talk to myself because I help keep myself engaged. Me and my non-existent audience. Welders got their own tricks to go by. Aim to learn as much as I can. And then I'll end up forgetting most of it within 5 minutes, but it'll still be there. It'll sit in the back of my brain until it pops up or I'm in a situation where I need to use it, and then it will work its way to the surface. In day-to-day life, I forget I have that knowledge. But whenever I need it, I will remember it. Other things I need to remember aren't necessarily, well, they are vital. More vital things like where I left my keys or, you know, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. Stream time. Your subscriber count plus 25, so 225 minutes. I don't think I'll be out here for, good grief. 2 hours is 120 minutes, so that's right. So 120 plus 60, that's 180. So 180 plus 60 is 90, 200. 10, 20. That's like 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't think anybody's going to be here that long, much less show up, much less watch the whole thing later, but this is all live streams will be made private afterwards, so I'll make it public again. I don't think you're missing out on anything, but maybe you'll learn how to not do things. I don't know.
That's good.
And I did. Mode challenge completed. I don't know. I do know. I say I don't know because I'm talking to myself, but... Smells like hearing loss. I got 100 pounds of E11018 and 110,000 pounds of tensile snake. What the heck did you buy that for? They go for like $300 a can online. I got 2 cans for $80. Like, why not? I can use the stuff. I got motor generators cranking up to 160 amps. It seems to do pretty good at 160, 170. The generator itself goes up to 170. I don't know if I'm pushing it that hard, but for the generator, I'm just made to do that. Just thinking. It's fine. Didn't really rip the whole way around. Didn't see what I was doing, but that's okay. I'll see if I can spin my wrist all the way around a pipe. Community guidelines. Please remember to be friendly. Okay.
Some people just don't know what I'm telling you now. It's kind of annoying, that. Marta doesn't know what he can do.
It's okay. John using gloves for welding and what we use to full extent. Whether I die in my sleep tonight or I live 100 more years, I should be glad for everything that I have. If I live 100 more years, though, that's probably miserable because our country will be absolutely collapsed and I'll be absolutely just depressed. Like, what will there be left to live for? Well, I mean,
guys anything. Also, that bead didn't wrap around real great. Once I got out of my line of sight, it just were rotting at the side of the pipe. The arch didn't die, so that's good. Anybody here? I don't think so. That's okay. If anybody shows up or not, it doesn't matter because I like to practice. And that's all that matters because I can get better at it. I can further my career and my future. If there's a future to be had. I would certainly hope so. Whenever I made this stand, it is absolutely terrible. Well, to keep it mild, garbage. Very, very bad welds. I know I could do better now. Of course, the pipe is thin, so can I do better? It's good. No, not really. I'm making a hole. That's what it will do that. For a moment there, it's pretty good. Let's not cut that in half. I kind of need it. Oh, look at that apple smoke coming out of the top. Woo! Oh well. It doesn't pass. That's why I can take a look at it and say, no, man, my welds were bad back then. Let's make them better. Somebody is looking. Hooray! Hi, person. Woo! Yeah, I'm just practicing. you're literally one second person to stop by, whether you stay or not, that is totally fine because I get in practice regardless, and you get bad camera angles in exchange. Oh yeah. I'm trying. I'm not even focusing. I'm focusing more where my eyeballs are looking because of this. Doing flat, overhead, all that other fun stuff. We've got a job site thing going on tomorrow. I doubt I'll be going along, but it would be cool. I'll probably be stuck at the shop doing handrails as I have been. And if I find my piece of plexiglass, you can get a top-down view of what I'm literally doing here. My plexiglass. Anywho. Rotate device, it says. I don't want to rotate the device. Oh well. Good enough. All good. I'm gonna have it welding. 330 seconds, 7018, and about 90 amps on a T-joint. We're on a 1F. Puts in up itself isn't anything too crazy, but practice makes perfect, and makes it well better than the last. Did have a I have a welding channel. Oh, cool. I can subscribe to your channel if you want. If you leave your comments up now, it says by default live streams go private, so I'm going to keep it public afterwards. Yeah, I'll subscribe to your channel too. Nothing wrong with that. All creators trying to get somewhere. I have a Shade 12 piece of glass I'm going to stick on the lens so you can actually should be right here. There you go. Shade 10 actually, but a few of my videos I have filmed through a piece of glass. So what I have here is a Shade 10 welding lens. So you can get the arc shot. You know, this piece of plexiglass is pretty garbage. But that's besides the point. So, that. You can't see anything. Cool, I will subscribe once this is done. But, regardless that you can't see anything, this is when you can actually begin to see things. Phone. I have melted. Oh yeah, I've done the same thing. I've got spatter embedded in the lens of my phone, and the lens is cracked and stuff. I really should just buy a cheap GoPro or something like that from the Sheetz gas station, but I haven't yet. I feel you, man.
I've been trying to use a spare welding lens if I have if I'm going to do an arc shot like this. Just a piece of, you know, dark glass. And if I'm just going to film without one, I just put it on top of a piece of plexiglass over my work or prop it up somewhere. I don't plan on making a career out of YouTube. It's just kind of a side thing. There's something I'm passionate about. It's like, if somebody wants to watch it, that's cool. If they don't, that's cool. In the end of the day, I just put out what I like. Would be. It's unlikely. Welding channels, they don't tend to get big unless you got like good editing and like a big team like Weld.com or Western Welding Academy. It would be cool though, in theory. Here's some goofy little thing I was trying. Literally just a great big chunk of graphite. So I have dozens and dozens of these, probably 7/16 inch in diameter, from old zinc batteries. So take a big chunk of graphite and oh yeah, I gotta turn on my amps. That's graphite right there. It's like basically a targeted stick welder. Ooh, it's bright. Yeah. That's graphite. Welding with graphite rod I got out of old zinc batteries. I don't want to sit down the chair without setting the chin on fire, but so basically, back before they had stick welding as the norm, they would use the graphite electrodes and add in filler metal because it's got hot enough. It's much like a non-consumable electrode like tungsten. Obviously, it's not tungsten, but this messy-looking bead right here, that's all just, all just carbon rod, all just from graphite superheating itself. It's more of a novel thing, but at some point in the future, I plan on doing a video on my, what the heck is it? Twin electrode carbon arc torch. There it is. So, of course, this isn't quite the one I wanted. This is a Craftsman. I wanted the Lincoln one, and they have the doohickey. But yeah, slide the electrodes together. I think it works better on AC than DC. But then, of course, they got oxyacetylene and torch recently, so stuff that back in the box. Probably do some 6 to 10 next if I can. Gosh, I remember which time a 6 to 10 is in. I'll take you with me because why bother leaving you there with nothing to do. If I can center this up. Is it what I'm doing? I'd zoom in, but I don't think I can. So, holding that there, moving this back, lifting it up, and putting the glass right back under it, should be able to make another arc shot. Yeah, no, I talk to myself a lot. I overthink a lot of stuff too. But that's a little bit of OCD never hurt anybody except the person suffering from it. I'm just saying that often. 60-10, we're going to run 60-10 in about 87 amps, 1/8 inch diameter. This is, I don't know what plus speed? Yeah, 60-10 5 plus. So those are really good for, they're basically the higher end. They're probably the best ones with pipeliner, 60-10s. Come on. Flat is the easiest position. You know, wire wheels so I can actually clean it up decently. Something went wrong, try again. Tap to retry. What's it doing? Tap to retry. What's it doing? I don't know what was doing. Anywho, rotate device. It's going to say that, isn't it? No, it's not telling you to rotate the device. Cool. Tends like to catch on fire because I think they're about 30% cellulose, which is basically wood, and cellulose-based flux on it. In my personal opinion, I think they smell the best out of the bunch. The worst stuff to weld on is the paint. Zinc or stainless steel. I forget, it's chromium something. I knew this the other day. Like me, I can't remember what it's called. It comes off stainless. Anywho, one time welded paint and lots of heavy paint and stainless, and I had like more or less some respiratory issues for like 3 weeks. Things kind of tickled and all nasty stuff. All good. Do what you gotta do, you're not missing too much. Also gotta plug in my grinder for it to actually work. That's kind of the point of the outlet. Not bad. In my opinion, actually pretty good dime stack. A little bit irregular. The third one's kind of lumpy. I didn't have very good arc on that one. Normal here. I have my torch. But I'm kind of saving it for when I actually have a project to do. Downhill 610 is always nice. Downhill is kind of illegal, quote unquote. But in a pinch, it's always good to have that skill in your back pocket in case you need it. Spicy. course, pipeliners do a lot of the downhill work when they're structurally not supposed to, but. There we go, sticks. Yay! Ah. It's hot, but that's okay. All right. Come on. I gotta get channel locks. I could have just had enough practice for a day. I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning anyway. But, I want to show you some more regular stuff. Ask questions, ask anything, I can show you anything, it doesn't matter. I got rods you probably never heard of before, and I'm going to keep collecting them because that's the fun part. This is, what is that? Yeah, 6013. 6020 is no longer made, and it's pretty rare. Discontinued welding rod. It's still manufactured overseas, it would seem, but it used to be pretty common in the United States. But as of probably the 90s, it's no longer made. I know if I have fillet welds here I can work on. 6020, 60,000 pounds of tensile strength, flat and horizontal position. It's, I think, I did a whole video at one point. The iron powder rod. It's not like a 7024. It's a little different than that. I have to look up the flux composition again. The rod itself is it McKay 6020. McKay, as well, has gone out of business since. Hello, person. Live in. Oh, welder question. What? Oh, Pennsylvania. If I'm being honest, I think it's safe to say this is probably the first, and unless I film it again, the only time you will ever see a 6020 in your life. These no longer exist. It took me over 6 months of searching and scrounging eBay and everywhere for a box to pop up. So, he has since been replaced by probably the 7024. If you're interested, I did a whole video on it at some point. I got 9015, 7015, and a bunch of other stuff. And if I'm going to blind you with this, I might throw the lens back on it so you get a decent arc shot. One of my coworkers used to live in Florida. Once upon a time, long ago in a land far away, when the palm trees and the alligators play, however that goes. Trying to get a decent overhead view, so that's there. Okay, okay, there we go. Should be decent. One person watching, that's okay. Whether somebody watches or not, the point is just to get better. That was DCEP or direct current electrode positive. I'm going to switch the leads around to see if it makes any difference in performance. I have done this before with the 6020, but it's been some time. It smells nice. It smells kind of old. A little musty, but I like that smell. What kind of rods do you use normally? I'll have to look at your channel and see what you like to do, but... Ooh, look pretty. Oh, MIG. I do MIG as a job, yeah. So I took about a 9-month course at a welding local academy, and it was MIG, TIG, stick welding. It was a lot of it was stick welding because we did our D11, which is a 1-stick overhead and vertical stick welding test. So I passed that, and I seriously got hooked on stick welding ever since. I've been passionate about it. So it's kind of a side thing. I weld stuff with friends, and I've been able to go to job sites and stick weld stuff at work, which I like doing. Although I do a lot more MIG at work than anything else. In the future, I'd like to get some sort of a structural welding, although it would seem, unfortunately, dual shield is starting to creep its way into the structural field instead of stick. There are places where MIG cannot replace stick, though. Demonstrate this now. Ever tried burnishing? Which is basically when you take a wire brush with brass bristles and you run over a hot piece of metal or your weld or what have you, and it gives it a very brassy look. So I did have a brass brusher. I had good grief. Decided to run away on me. Basically, blacksmiths do it as well. It looks pretty cool. It's all fun and games to talk about it whenever the brush disappears. And apparently I don't have any brass laying around. Well, I do have brass. It's just Dad's brass. No, it's hot enough to actually... It's melting. It's not the same as a wire brush, but... Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot to get the slide off first. Basically the idea is, assuming this is pretending it's a wire brush, but a piece of brass wire brush, it'll melt off on the surface. You probably can't see, my camera isn't clear enough or close enough. And it'll make your steel brass color. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it works with copper or not. I don't really think it does. Copper, I think, is a higher melting point than brass. $6020 is not the most physically pretty rod, but that's okay. Now 6012, on the other hand, I have some 3/32 6012 I can try, but this is 5/32 6012. In my opinion, 6012 is the worst welding rod I've ever run. Very difficult to keep a good arc on it. Now, I've heard the Australians love their 6012 for some reason, but you know what? Before I do that, you might as well get an arc shot. Let's do the lens into that. Otherwise, you're going to be staring at a strobing camera, no doubt. Plexiglass is very dirty, so you probably won't get a good view anyway, but it's worth a try. Anywho, oh, I'm covering my Makita in welding dust. Let's not do that. And also, as well as the 6012, I've done a video on Rod Talk episode. It's been months since I did one of those. I've been pretty busy. Okay, admittedly, the 612, it's not that bad. I always craft talk it, but you have to long with it a little bit. So right away I'm going back on what I said by a little bit. It wasn't that bad, but it's not the greatest to work with. At 140 amps, that's maybe a little cold. Towards the beginning, whenever I long arced it, I had a better puddle going. And towards the center, I got cold again. I mean, finish burning this thing up, why not? Strange thing about 6012 is as soon as you, well, at least the ones I'm using, as soon as you let the rod touch the metal, the arc wants to go out for some reason. It could just be that these are pretty old. And the welding shop I got them from is old, and the guy who owns it is freaking old. But I have an interest in what the old welders have to say anyway, so I'm not kidding. I have gotten a little bit of a new appreciation for 6013 to a point. I always hated 6013. It has its own quirks. One person watching, that's okay. You can leave, you can stay, I don't care. I'll talk to myself anyway. Everybody has their own life to move on to, so I'll probably finish up with a 6013 and then head out. An hour and a half is a long time to be doing this. But when I'm by myself, I will do this all day long. Albeit it's probably going to be a job. What do we got here? 6013, 332nd electrodes. There's something, I guess. I suppose if I want a better audience, a more, how to put it, better audience retention, I should get better camera, better editing, all that fun stuff. Someday over the rainbow. Yes, Rebub. You don't see many women welders at all. Or at least, I haven't been around all that much to say that I haven't, but generally speaking, you don't. I think I saw like one in the third group of the welding class I went through when I went back to visit. It's interesting. I think it's kind of a trade where you don't see them a lot. It's a lot of equality. Women can do the same thing as men do. It's like, okay, by all means, if you want to weld, go for it. I encourage you to do it. It's a skill everybody should have, but once you apply yourself, you'll find yourself in a world of, it's just a basic skill. You can stick stuff together. It's hot glue on a stick. You know what? It's fun. I think I have good clarity. That was violent for a 613. One thing about 6013 is they will tend to get slag inclusions. They have a very heavy slag cover, and often, if you're not careful, you will lose the puddle within the enveloping molten slag. It's more so in out of position welds that you end up with the slag inclusions, kind of a 6013 classic, I suppose. And yeah, I need to switch polarities on that. That was did not go very well.
running about 92, 93 amps. This is dial adjust Miller Max Power 1 to 40. At this point, I'm just patting plate. Build it up. Only live person. Oh. Huh. I mean, I might do more in the future. I can't promise it'll be very interesting, but I try to keep it. Often it's like, it's on the spur of the moment, like, hey, I want to do a project. I'll post it to YouTube. It might be lame, but to me it's interesting enough. It's like, that's more stable. Maybe it's not. I'm just imagining it is. If I'm being honest, one of the main reasons I don't get a GoPro and stuff, despite I can get better footage, is the Wi-Fi at our house. It's very, very bad. I mean, I'm going to pay for it. We're out the sticks, so we don't get good coverage for it. But say, I mean, I suppose I could link it to my phone, but my phone doesn't have a lot of storage. So say if I put the video file on my computer, it would take ages to upload, the Wi-Fi might drop, and everybody would be like, "Who's sucking up all the Wi-Fi?" And if I put it on my phone, I probably wouldn't have enough storage to do it unless I transferred it directly to SD card, which, despite seeming like a hassle, I probably could do it. I'm just being lazy. They literally selling dash cams, body cams, and GoPros at Sheets for like, I don't know, not that expensive each. Oh, did something else show up? Oh, hi person. Sup? Oh, we're back to one person. That's okay. Do you have a stick welder you can practice on? I mean, MIG obviously is the leading welding process in the industry due to its speed and such. But, I just say that as a caveat because I have to. I prefer to stick myself, but I'm repeating myself because that's what I do best. I'm in college. Okay, cool. Nice. What are you going to college for? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but I got nothing else to talk about right now. One of the guys in welding class went to college. I don't know if he still went to college or not, but is where he went. Wait, a ton of welding equipment. Nice. Oh, hi person. Hekun, how do you say it? AGC Hekun 14. Very cool. Automotive and diesel. Nice. That was, obviously it wasn't college, but the class right next door to us, the next shop over, was automotive and diesel repair in the the local school academy I went to. I was able to go free for those 9 months because it was a school, I can't think, state paid grant to the school. I got to be in the first batch going through. I guess it doesn't mean a lot, but yeah, automotive and diesel stuff, that is another very valuable skill in today's society, especially whenever you have to pay, what, $2,000 to get a single sensor replaced in your Tesla or something like that. So if you can order a vehicle and you can do it at home, it's more economical in the long run, for sure. Nice. Welding often can go hand in hand with automotive work, especially if you're doing body panel repair and stuff. I know not all shops offer that, but should the occasion arise, it's always good to have something in the back pocket like that. I'm fairly decent with vehicle repair and my repairs.
But that said, I have a 2001 Ford Ranger, so it's not overly complicated. I'm just going to run it till the wheels fall off. I'm not broke, but I'm by no means rich at all. So I'm not going to spend my entire life savings to buy a new truck. I could, but it's not going to pay itself back with the job I have. It's a jumping off point for sure, because I've learned a lot at the job I'm currently at, but initially I did not want to do welding at all. I wanted to sit home and basically just bum out and waste time on my computer, if I'm being honest. Mom and Dad were like, yeah, no, come on, let's try this class. I'm like, I don't want to try new things in my life because I want to stay in my little comfort zone. Best decision I've ever gotten into ever, and I would never want to miss this opportunity, much less have somebody else miss the opportunity. So I basically very rarely use my computer now, actually. If I'm being honest, if I'm talking about electronic device use, I'm more of a YouTube binger than a gamer. I'll be 24 in June. So the 6'9" and Wolf Order 69 is my birthday. My birthday is June 9th, so 6999. Of course, 69 can mean something else, so it's a little bit of a goofy thing thrown in there. But yes, that is actually my birthday. And I really like wolves, so I'll just keep it to that. And I'm a welder, so Wolf Order 69 is how it kind of played out. Nose hair. Oh, man, yes. Major. What is my mate? I never really had a major. I was homeschooled, actually. So just basic high school diploma, and beyond that, I just have my D11 certification, which I renew every 6 months, which is kind of set up some stuff at the shop wherever I'm working, do some welding passes in the various positions, kind of prove I'm still competent with it, and from there, they sign off on me. Oh, cool. Nice. I have 4 other siblings, so there's 5 of us in total, so. I mean, thing is, it's, aside from not really having enough time for YouTube nor the resources, it's one of those things, if I make something I enjoy a full time, then I might lose motivation and drive to do it. I don't know. I'm just overthinking it. It's kind of like a side hobby right now. We'll see what the future holds, I suppose. If I chase YouTube full time, then I won't be pursuing welding as much as I'd like to, but it's a nice idea. In my spare time, I like to go to the garage and work with my hands, with tools, get dirty, do projects. I like to do hands-on stuff. Even on my days off, you'll find me out in the garage or outside doing some sort of project to clean up or repair. It's just, I don't know, I just get something out of it. I really like doing that. I strive to be like my grandpa. He has passed, but that man could do everything and anything. He was probably 86 when he passed. He was from the generation that you had to be self-sufficient and you made do with what you have. So it's like, if there was something he knew how to do, he could do it. He built their own house. I mean, that's the kind of person I want to be. I want to be sufficient. Self-sufficient to some extent. Oh, like hair. I've slapped myself, honestly, and it never really works. It's kind of like slapping yourself. It's kind of like trying to tickle yourself. I don't know. There's not very many easy ways to stay awake when driving when you're tired.
That's what I found out the nose hair thing. The best way to stay awake or driving is when you almost run into something, or something runs across the road, or you accidentally swerve into the wrong lane, and it wakes you up like, oh my gosh, and you get the burst of adrenaline, and your sinus passages open up, and like, I'm awake. It lasts for about 10 minutes, and then you're like, ugh, again. This kind of sucks, but I graduate in August. Nice. I didn't think college and high school, I didn't know you could do them at the same time. I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm just like, oh, cool, okay. Make each bead better than the last, because the last job I did, the welds didn't look that great. I was standing on one foot on the ladder helping hold up like a 180-pound piece of C-channel, not like channel tubing, with one hand when my boss held it up at the other end, and I was welding on the paint using my non-dominant hand. It was a pain in the butt, and people, like, got some of the welds. The guy was like, you know, that's fine, you're already doing overkill, that's plenty. So like, I just left it at that. It was one of those situations where it was in a confined space. It was very difficult to do, but if they were happy with it, I'll let it go at that. Make every weld better than your last, at least. That's the attempt. And for all the MIG welding I do, I don't really talk about it or do any videos on it. It's just, I do so much of it, it's so routine, it's not even really that special to me, if you will. Plenty of video ideas, don't get me wrong. One of them is, I'll look at chat in a second. Hey! Fun. Yes. I don't know what I was going to say. Something about something. I can't remember. I'm brain dead right now. Something about welding, obviously. I thought it was really important, but it probably wasn't. Man, I've forgotten. Oh yeah, it was video ideas. So I have welding rods that are literally 1 millimeter in diameter. No kidding. Got them from Alibaba.com. Yeah, those are teeny tiny 6013s. Little itty bitty ones. I've got a whole list of video ideas somewhere. Another one I want to do is trying to weld with my eyes closed. Like, it wouldn't be that long of a segment. But like, how well can you weld with your eyes closed? I'm sure there's people who've done it for so long they know what they're doing without even looking, but I don't think I'm that proficient yet. I don't know. I feel like you can kind of feel better what you're doing with the stick than MIG. I could probably be using my gas flow generator instead, but I don't feel like starting it up every time I want to use it, so this is more convenient. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure procrastination. Or OSHA violations.
depending how you look at it.
Gosh, where did it drop? I don't know, is there anything you want to see? Any questions you want to ask?
I'm sure this won't be the last time I live stream.
I don't even know what time it is. Good grief. It is 8:38, so realistically I should be getting a shower and all that fun stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be getting up at 4:30, but in reality you'll be like, okay, let's go to bed, and I won't fall asleep until 10 o'clock because I binge way too much YouTube and I get distracted. That's one of the problems. I learn stuff though. Maybe, sometimes, I don't know, possibly.
I'm just going to try morbidly use Beast Weave on top of this. I'm going to do that. Might as well throw this over top of it, wherever my lens went. Maybe there's something a little more entertaining than just watching a strobing camera. At least I'm assuming it's strobing. I don't know. I haven't watched my own live stream. I might later. I kind of cringe at the sound of my own voice. I'd like to do more interviews with welders sometime. I have one segment of my channel I would talk to them. Mostly the older generation, but I wanted to expand it so I can do the mid-range, middle-aged, younger people too. Like, talk to them, like, what's their experience, what have they learned, what do they like about it, or just in general, maybe just not welding, it's a blue-collar job. Kind of a segment like that.
Oh my.
I think I've interviewed 3 people. One of my good friends, Mitch, he's not doing great, but Mitch, he was like 83, Ken, he was like 76, and then Bill, he's probably almost 90 now. But just get some insight from, talk to them, like, it's kind of cool to, young, old, whatever, hear other people's experience. In my opinion, anyway. Some people hate history. I like history. Old people are the living links to the past. Once they're gone, you lost a connection that you'll never get back again. Talk to them while you still can and learn things from them, even if they seem cranky. Sometimes maybe they just want somebody to talk to. I'm going to clean this off with the wire wheel, and I might wrap up the live stream, but with the grand finale, because this plate is screaming hot, so I'm going to dump it into my quench tank, and that's going to make a huge cloud of steam, and a pop, and a hiss, and a crackle, and all that other fun stuff. And there you go, that's a morbidly obese weave. 330 seconds, it's like huge. Let me grab this channel locks and I will dump that into my quench tank. Hammers,
pliers, hatchets. Yes, I literally have a drawer designated for hatchets. My toolbox. My dad always wanted to get into blacksmithing. My great-grandpa was a blacksmith. My grandpa was a welder. My dad's a welder. Some kind of continuous tradition. But also, we've had a lot of family in the military, too. Oh, show us my work. Sure. So that's my, glob. But wait, watch, this is the fun part. Let me see if I can just clean this off quick. You're just gonna sit this down, hit this with the wire wheel, give me 1 second. Hello, I know it's a little smoky in here. I was practicing some stuff.
Unplugging the sensors seems
So what?
I'm just unplugging the sensors to shut the gate.
Ew. Okay. I dropped my soap stand holder all over the floor. Bear with me. I made a mess. I do the best. I dumped this stuff all over the floor. But I have finished cleaning up the welds. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So this is mostly old stuff and it's pretty ugly. This was today. It was a vertical up stringer. This was weave stacked on top of some old weaves. This was more weaves stacked on top of other weaves. Not real pretty. This was I didn't get the overhead cleaned up. Overhead. Yeah, I know, it's kind of smoky in here. So. Yes, it is. I'll be inside in a minute anyway, so. Yeah. That's kind of ugly. Where'd my quenched part go? That was just dad. Honestly, I like filming by myself and I hate it when people show up, but that's my own issue. That's the huge weave after it's cooled off. This is some old stuff. Old 6010. This is some, I had some 7018 under there from today. That's 7018. There was a whole padded plate of 7018 under that. That was vertical up practice, overhead practice. All of that other fun stuff. I don't know. I mean, I know other people mean bad. It's just like, I want my privacy. I'll turn this off first. This is my little welder that I usually use.
off. I mean, I have family members who watch my YouTube, but I always feel scrutinized sometimes, but I shouldn't. That's not an issue. Who are you talking to? Just people. I got this whole welding setup, little welder and TIG leads and the ground lead and everything for free because it came from where my dad works and it was broken and not working. Turns out all the ventilation fan in the back was hitting its own wire, power wire, so because of that, it was stopping the fan from turning. All I had to do was take that off and do a little bit of diagnostic work and figure it out. Welder generator is free too.